Right, let's jump into the topic to give you a taste. What is it like, the content of the EA leader, or whether you should take it up this training or not. Okay. So the key concept. So the key concept is basically we want to know what are the capability of the leader. We want to know the enterprise ecosystem and the boundary. Of course, the term enterprise is flexible. Later we see the definition. And of course, enterprise architecture definition is itself because many people interpreted differently. So what is the enterprise architecture definition from the source? Then looking at the EA capability definition and function, capability objective, the four purposes of an EA capability: to support the strategy, to support the portfolio, to support the project, and to support the solution delivery. And sources of information to keep up to date with emerging practice. So basically, the architect learning is never end. It's never ending at all. It's continuous learning. EA capability leader. So EA capability leader is a person who is tasked to lead the effort to establish or evolve the EA capability. You have a group of people under you and you expect to lead them to where you want the EA team to deliver new capability for the business. Of course, the term leader reflects the role rather than one of the titles. And the leader's ability to step back from their current operational context is key. Sometimes we need to step back and we need to stop whatever we do and then start look into the whole holistic approach about the problem that we are facing. And of course, the leader takes into account multiple dimensions. We need to understand the dynamic environment that we are in. We need to know about our culture, various business driver, our maturity, as well as the context within which enterprise operates. So basically is that you need to know your environment, you need to know the business, right? Without that, it's very, very difficult for a leader to function effectively. Then we also need to understand about our enterprise. Where are we? What do you mean our business? We need to know our business also whether got influence from the market. So some of the business is that influenced by the employment rate or influenced by the interest rate, right? So like now is the market is very, very volatile. So how can you know that your organization is, what are the factors that can influence your organization, the market, the economy? And of course, from there will be some the intra-price, right? The enterprise basically all the internal part of your organization in terms of the work product, the cost, and basically it's all the nitty-gritty that typically is that there will be a team working within a various department in your organization. And of course, enterprise architecture definition. So these are basically the EA definition, the process of translating business vision and strategy into effective enterprise change. Enterprise change basically is transformation. By creating, communicating, improving the key principle and model that describe enterprise future state. Future state is basically is that when we transform, we want to go to the next level, right? So this is what we call it a future state. And enable is evolution. Evolution means you don't go one time, you are stages in the multiple stages to evolve. That's where the key here is that translating business vision and strategy. And of course, you can start thinking, who has the business vision and strategy? Is it your CIO? The answer is no, right? It must be either the chief strategy or CEO or CMO, chief marketing officer, or chief financial officer. So we need to know about their business vision. Because our job is that we need to understand this and make it happen. So this is the mandate for every architect, right? So the architect is not saying, hey, you architect, you just play around, not play around. You just focus on the technology side. No, technology side, they got so many engineers in my organization, right? I got 3,000 engineers there. Let them do the technology stack. I need to think about how can I deliver value, realizing the business vision, right? We got the organization mandate, the vision for 2024, 25. How can I achieve that? They got so many initiatives, the strategy. So architect job is basically to get that as an input, you assemble, you understand the model, and you execute. So this basically is the mandate. In contrary, about many people say, hey, architect is the technical guy. No, it's not. It's you need to think about the business. Especially today in the digital era. This is basically is so-called the missing gap in many organizations. So organizations need a lot of architects to have this type of the mindset. Otherwise, this function is scattered around multiple departments. And then you know what happens when you split it to multiple departments? They all start got human tension. What I would call it politics. And at the end, never go anywhere. Back to square one again. think it's like, you know, if I face to face, you know, I ask you to break out into the team, for sure you have this type of experience. Of course, in the simplest term, EA is used to describe the future state of an enterprise and guide the change to reach the future state. This what I like the concept is that guide the enterprise to reach the future state. The future state, of course, the better of tomorrow, right? Whatever today is whatever today, but I want to get a better tomorrow. That's why you need to have some sort of the architecture to drive the future state. The future state basically is that, in the simplistic thing, is that your dream, where you want to go. I want to go there. I want to penetrate new market. I want to really launch a new product, and I want to increase my revenue. I want to reduce the cost. There's the input to the architecture team, and look at the whole enterprise, organization, or business, right? Which one need to change? And after that, the architecture will guide that change to reach the future state. So this, I think, is quite powerful definition in this one slide alone. All right, so EA guide the change to reach future state. So how do we do that? If no architecture, this is what happens, isn't it? Someone, the current state, you come out all type of strategy, and then of course you use the title, the sexy title, digital, right? Because my strategy is not digital, my boss will not approve. So I put the title digital strategy. Wow, I feel good already. Then after that, go into the project, transformation project, what? And then pass it to the PMO lah. So PMO doing the project to reach the future state. Do you think you can reach the future state using this? What's the difference this one than 20 years ago? 20 years ago, when I started my life as a programmer, I started doing this one, right? Some sort of initiative, I captured the requirement and inform into the project. At the end, you know, so many stovepipes, maintenance, a nightmare, and etc. So where does the architecture take place? So the architecture likelihood take place inside the transformation. So when you talk about transformation, it's the journey. So as you move, in fact, here the one of the analogy, because my analogy in the past, I used to say that you are repairing the aeroplane at the 10,000 feet in the sky to replace or change the oil of the aeroplane while flying. So that's one analogy. The other analogy is that they said the more realistic one is that you are in the train, the rail of the train is being built as you travel on the train. So this is what happened. Many of us are in that situation, right? As we travel, we don't have the rail. So we just put rail one by one, and then we travel. And of course, it's very slow. And, you know, sometimes we have to stop because the rail cannot be put in front, and etc. Okay. So what we should do actually, we need to have some sort of the architecture first, right? So after you come out the current state, you go into the architecture. I use the word here digital because today architecture involved towards digital. We are using the modern platform, modern repository, normal Excel, normal PowerPoint, normal Word, normal SharePoint, or etc. So we are using a real digital EA platform, right? Then after that, we analyze the gap and etc. Then we can execute the transformation successfully. Okay. So instead of go straight, we go through the architecture. Okay, the next one, of course, on the capability. So the EA capability definition is the enterprise ability to develop, maintain, and evolve an enterprise architecture. And of course, use architecture to govern, to guardrail your change activity, your transformation in the organization. Then of course, capability, EA capability is used as a management concept to facilitate planning, improvement that enhance the outcome enabled by the capability. Okay, so the function is that to make sure that we can have a positive outcome from our enterprise architecture practice. The full purpose of a EA capability. So basically, the first one, architecture to support the strategy. I think just now I've highlighted earlier that we need to be able to validate the strategy to make sure that the strategy is not at the 10,000 feet. The strategy is at the ground level. Maybe you can look at the strategy 3 to 5 years lah. How you can actually drive the organization towards realizing the vision and mission of the organization. Okay. The next one, of course, architecture to support portfolio. So you look at the cross-functional, multi-phases, and multi-project change initiative. How can we basically help the organization to synchronize, to harmonize all the initiative together? Okay, so that's the job of the architect leader. And of course, architecture to support project. So basically to make sure that every project execution basically are governed. You have a full control, and all of course need to be updated back into the repository or the solutioning part. Okay. And the next one, of course, to keep up to date with the business changes, technology changes, to support the solution deployment, because all the system that we have is not a one-time off, but need to be preserved and maintained and keep up to date. We need to know about end of support, end of life of any technology life cycle. Okay. So TOGAF is just a refresher for those who have taken, and I just want to highlight that now TOGAF standard 10 edition, no arrow between A, B, C, D. Everything just connected line that basically is connected. Okay, the arrows still take place at the requirement management to all the phases. Basically, this is the sensor. If you take note logically, requirement management is a sensor. It's your brain that can direct your hand, your finger, your mouth to speak, etc. Okay. So typically in the preliminary, you identify your project sponsors, your key stakeholders. Then after that, you capture their vision, their motivation, and the strategy. Then after that, you look at your business landscape, right? What are the gap? Gap mean what are the things that I need to change? Because of the new vision, new motivation, and new strategy or new stakeholders, I need to change my current business landscape. Okay? Then after that, I need to also understand which are the technology stack that I need to change. When I call it the change, mean I have the gaps, right? IS mean information system gap. Then we also need to understand our technology gaps in terms of the what sort of our cloud infrastructure or etc. that we need to change. Okay, one day one is done, then we need to a gap consolidation and look at the project portfolio. So which are the initiatives that we can consolidate and put it into the project portfolio for the next 1 year or 2 years. So this is where the agile method kicks in, okay, starting from E. Then after that, we have the list of projects and where we can list them, and we understand about applying the agile into the project in terms of shorter time boxing. Okay. Then of course in the implementation, we do the governance again using the agile retrospective, agile sprint, standing meeting, etc. Okay. Then of course we're talking about the solution response, right? Basically what we call it VUCA, okay? Volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. How this enterprise architecture react to the VUCA, okay? Because today we don't live in a static world, right? We are living in a dynamic world, and that like changes is a norm, right? So the only thing that is changes is part of our life. And the middle part is where we need to have a proper digital AI repository. So how does this all interconnected work? Okay, so of course there's a standard Archimate, right? So Archimate now is already version 3.2, and of course they got the so-called more unified, more consistent in terms of the shape of the elements and also the relationship as well as the color of the multiple layers. Okay. So how all these can be mapped from motivation strategy to the business layer? It's like a Lego concept, right? You can do a test and detest, right, among all the elements in the organization. Then of course connect to the application, technology, and all these are actually how the information or data layers are supporting across layers in the business application and technology, as well as the ongoing project that we have, because architecture need to support the portfolio, architecture need to support the project, and also solution delivery. So all these are very, very important for every one of us to understand, right? Especially when you want to lead the EA initiative. You need to have these big pictures at your fingertips, right? Of course, the fingertips actually is take place in this digital EA repository. That I think nowadays is almost impossible. You run a manual architecture, right? It's just no way. It's like, how can you manage a big large warehouse manually, right? Using a paper and somebody running around to track all the, the row, the column, the good, the stock. No way, right? Even Excel also cannot accommodate Excel, so-called the warehouse management system. You need a real platform to support that. Okay, the same thing with our architecture. This is just a simplistic way of a so-called put an analogy on our real world enterprise, but in the real one, all these pictures that you can see become a dot, right? Unless you enlarge 1,000 times, you can see something like this. Everything is interconnected behind the sheet. Okay. All right. So this is basically a preview on the unit 1.